Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Joey GCM Bits. And today we got a little bit of a different style. You can call it Bits on the go. So, what I wanted to fucking describe to you today was I just heard that Halo 5 is not going to have split screen, right? So basically, it's only one player on each system, right? Now, I didn't really look into this too much. I haven't had time to look into it in depth, which is probably fucking stupid of me. I'm opening my fucking mouth before I'm looking into it, but I mean, as far as this subject, what more do you gotta fucking know? Like, they said, you can't play with somebody on the couch. So, I mean, that's really all you gotta fucking know about the situation. So, a lot of people will say, I'm just doing, that sucks. I was like, alright, before you fucking take a shit in your pants and you gotta go wash your underwears and everything, it's just, I gotta fucking say something here. It's just that, I'm just a little pity-tist. I'm a little pity-tist because throughout the years, it seems like more and more Halo is being stripped away from what it is. Now, Halo 1, what was it? Yes, amazing story, great story, all that stuff, whatever. But Halo 1 wasn't just a great story. Overall, Halo 1 was an amazing story. It had, amazing graphics for the time. It really pushed a lot of things. It really did a lot of new things. There was so much to why Halo 1 was great. Not just because of the story, which is very important, but there was so much that made Halo 1 great, right? I remember the first time, we're talking, we had, the classic 4-player split-screen multiplayer, right? But not only that, it had LAN connection. It had fucking LAN connection. Where if you don't know what that fucking is, you little fucking spice balls, it's everyone going to church over here. Jesus, church day, holler. So Halo 1, you had LAN that was a great thing about Halo. You were able to do fucking LAN parties, right? Halo parties. That was one of the best things about fucking Halo, to do fucking Halo parties, right? And Halo 1, I remember the first time, there's a video game arena near me, right? And I remember we went there maybe 8 people, whatever. And then I remember the first time we actually got 16 people together, and we went to go play 16-player fucking Halo, and that was before Halo was on Xbox Live. That was before Xbox Live in general, right? So, we're coming from the GoldenEye days and everything, and, just 4-player on the screen, and this was crazy to do 16-player fucking split screen, right? Like I said, going from 4-player to 16 was such a huge thing. That started the Halo party kind of stuff, right? People would bring their Xboxes over each other's houses. One other little thing I wanted to mention was with Halo 1, there was no Xbox Live at the time, but eventually this thing came out, a program you can download on the computer, and I believe it was called Xbox Connect, which is funny because Xbox eventually came out with the Kinect with a K. But this program was called Xbox Connect, which would allow you to play online with people, but it allowed it to recognize the online connection as a LAN connection. So you would LAN connect to this Xbox Connect, which would make it think that you're in the house with somebody. So it actually was playing online. It was just tricking the system. It really was an online connection, but it made it read as a LAN connection. So it tricked it into thinking that there was Xboxes in the same house. So Halo 1 unofficially did have online multiplayer on the original Xbox, which was mind-blowing at the time, it was Then we move on to Halo 2, get Xbox Live for the first time. Xbox Live was great, you were able to play multiplayer online, that was amazing. You had that on PC and stuff, but, if you're coming again from GoldenEye console stuff, this was such a huge thing. To do this on consoles was wow, oh my god, like a GoldenEye, type of experience, online. So same thing with Halo 2. You had you could do the same shit, bring your Xbox over a friend's house, And we could do up to 16 players if you wanted to. And then even up to Halo 3, still having fucking Halo parties, right? Still having fucking Halo parties. See, now Halo 3, you would be able to, well, not the same kind of thing, but what we did with Halo 3 was like, you know, again, you could have like up to 16 players. So that's, you know, 4, 8, 12, 16. 4 Xboxes. Yeah, I'm doing math in front of you. Be fucking amazed. Learn something. I don't want to say the S word because it's summertime, but anyway. So up to 4 Xboxes, right? So with Halo 3, you know, a lot of times we did like 2 Xboxes. We had like 8 people. So what we would do, we would have like 8 people a lot of times. You know, we would all like verse each other, which is really fun. Like we're all there. There's something different about being like in the same couch in the same house and playing like a LAN party, like a Halo party, you know, than everyone being in separate houses playing online. So like I was saying, a lot of times we had like 8 people. So we would do like, you know, we would all verse each other, whatever. And then like we would all go in a party together and then go online together. No, so because Big Team Battle was 16 players, so 8 on 8. Right? So we had a full team of, like, people in the same fucking house having a Halo party. That was the thing about Halo, you know? You know, we would all verse each other, then all 8 of us would get in a party and go online, do big team battle, and fight everyone together. It's just like, it just kept getting, like, better and better. And like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that was one of the main things about Halo. It wasn't just a great story. Wow, look at this car. Oh, my God. It's like a car that, like, one of the first cars ever. Woo-hoo! But that's the thing about Halo. It's not just, like, a great story. This, you know, having Halo parties and all that shit was another huge reason why Halo was so great. It wasn't just solely on the story, which is again important, but Halo wasn't known just for a story. That's what Halo was known for. Multiplayer, getting everyone together, you know, starting this online thing with Xbox Live. Instead of 4 people in the house playing together, you got fucking up to 16, you know what I mean? So that was one of the huge things, So that was one of the huge things about Halo in general. And then after Halo 3, you know, ODST, I think was only 2 players on the screen, but that was supposed to be just like, that wasn't like a full Halo thing. That was supposed to be DLC for Halo 3 at first. Then they released it as a full package, but they released it as the ODST story disc, and then the other disc was just the Halo 3 multiplayer. So it wasn't like a completely new thing. But again, the ODST story was great, but it was kind of like, okay, maybe since ODST is like a half thing, that's why there was only 2 players, whatever. But, you know, after that, even like with Halo 4, I believe, you know, very disappointing. Like, you know, you can only do 2 people on the screen. So it was like, you know, what is this? You know what I mean? Like, this is like, you know, I love Halo, but it's kind of like, we can't have Halo parties. Oh, and then, I'm sorry, then Reach had it. Halo Reach. And I remember the first, we did like a midnight Halo Reach party. You know, and we all hooked up the Xboxes. One of the first thing we did. We were excited to, you know, start Halo parties with like a new generation of fucking Halo. So Reach was great. I think 4 took it back to, you know, the 2 people again. So I was like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? So now, like, hearing that Halo 5 is only going to be like 1 person on the screen, you know, so they can push the technability of the game, whatever the fuck they said. You know, it's like, what? Because you wanted the game to be 1080p, because that's what all the fucking little tit bags are complaining about? Like, stand up for the fucking game. Like, sorry, the game's fucking 720p, but you know what? We didn't want to fucking take the Halo experience away from people, because Halo's not just about great story, it's about getting everyone together, it's about hearing all the stories about Halo parties and everything like that. Stand up for the fucking game. You know what I mean? Like, when people are, you know, but, separate it from everything else, too. I mean, like, well, like, what other game right now you got going that, has, like, 4-player fucking, and stuff like that, you can do stuff like that. Separate it from everything else, but, you know, again, they said, oh, because of technicabilities and blah, we wanted the game to be, technically, up to the greatest it can be. Bullshit. You just want it to be, 60 frames per second, all that bullshit, because that's what all the fucking tit bags are complaining about, and God forbid they read anything else but that, they'll complain on the internet right now. But, yeah, just had the fucking whatever. So, there's your little bit fucking story. Halo 5, 1 player on the screen, ripping the fucking most of the soul out of fucking Halo. And, you know, cheese doodles. This is Joey JCM. Go play Halo 3, Halo Reach, Halo 2, and Halo 1, and I will see you on one of those, because I guess I won't see you on Halo 5. Oh, wait, I can still go on Xbox Live, but by myself. Later.